Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Heel Hookers Podcast, episode 137. I see Ginger is not as impressed this week.
I'm not impressed with your finger thing, but you know.
Oh, such good fun we have around these parts. We are back.
Too much autism. That's all it is.
We are back with another episode to talk about another weekend of fights coming up. We got one championship to talk about this time. We got a UFC Apex event as well, which is actually pretty solid. We got some good matchups on that card. I'm very excited to get into all of this. Before we do, like and subscribe if you enjoy. Thank you very much, everyone that does. Let's go. First thing to get to, coming in Friday night, one championship. Absolutely fucking everyone in America and all of their American fans. I hate them. I'm tired of all this bullshit.
Nah, yeah. I am, personally deeply upset about what happens, because this was supposed to be their Atlanta card. I got me and Jimmy really fucking good seats, second row floor seats behind the handicap seats that were not bought out, so nobody would have been in front of us, so it might as well have been first row you know what I mean? Beautiful seats.
Yeah.
And 3 weeks before the event, they cancel it for Atlanta, move it to Thailand, and they're like, well, sorry guys.
Yeah.
And that was that. Bro.
You got a refund, right?
Yeah, I got a full refund.
Okay.
I would be much more upset. I would be talking that would be a whole different thing.
Isn't it what they did give a discount for future events in America or something too, which is that's cool.
Because it's I always do the pre-sale, so there's already a discount, so it's more of a discount on top of the pre-sale. But either way, it was such a good card. I was so excited for so many things, so many reasons, and
yeah, because 4 title fights were on the card. We have lost 2 of them. We got a new one in place of in the 2 that we lost. The ones that we lost, Taiwan Chai was supposed to be taking on Joe Natawat for the trilogy, which Taiwan Chai actually pulled out due to an injury, which is kind of crazy since Smoke and Joe just got knocked out by Superbond in the first round about a month ago. So, yeah, Taiwan Chai was the one that pulled out from this one. And then they decided to rebook Christian Lee versus the interim champ, Razulov, for the December Amazon Prime card. So they obviously were like, well, if we're not doing a big card in America, we gotta
separate some shit.
Those 2 dropped out, but we still do got the big 2 at the top of the card, which is at least fun. Main event, our boy triple champ Anatoly Malikin with 1 defense on the heavyweight title, or is he looking for the first defense? I don't remember.
It'll be his first defense. Oh wait, Arjun? Okay.
I was about to say.
Because Arjun was unifying the belts. Because he got the interim title, and then that's what he was unified it with Arjun.
So this would be his first title defense.
Yeah.
First title defense, taking on Omar Kane, otherwise known as Rugrug. They absolutely set up fucking Rugrug in his last one. Tapology does not have the right name because they had his name as Ketchup.
That's his nickname. They have it as his nickname.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. That was.
I don't know who this man is, where they found him. He was apparently just talking shit about Rugrug online, and this man looked like he had never trained a day in his life for kickboxing.
Never.
Bro, that was just.
He's the dude that said.
Abysmal. Yeah, bro, that was that really brought me back to fucking watching clips of fucking early 2000s Pride shit. Yeah, man, where they just had
fights.
Just some legendary fighter fighting some guy that's some pro wrestler that's 0-3 in MMA or some shit. And it's what are we doing here?
The one that comes to mind is Mirko Krokop versus Alberto Del Rio. That was the dude who was in the mask during their fight.
Yeah, bro.
It's just damn, dude. Krokop didn't care. Fucking head kicked him to oblivion with the left high kick.
Yeah, man. But yeah, Anatoly Malikin, 14-0, undefeated in MMA, 36 years old. He is on the shorter side of heavyweight, as we all know. But I don't think Rugrug's too much taller.
No, they have them both at 6 foot.
Okay, yeah. So I don't believe Anatoly's 6 feet tall though. But yeah, either way, neither of them are that big in terms of their height, but there are some big motherfuckers in there. I just feel like obviously, Rugrug, he's big, he's strong. I wouldn't be surprised if he was able to maybe go out there, control and dominate Anatoly first round with a grappling or something like that, But it's
even that's kind of hard to see, especially first round, because Anatoly himself is such an explosive physical man.
The only thing is just remembering back to the Marcus Buchecha fight. It's dude dominated him in the he was real physical with the grappling in there, and it's Buchecha is an amazing Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy, so it's I was just very surprised with that for sure.
True.
But
No,
but then he did get real tired.
Yeah, he was exhausted. I don't think I've ever seen somebody so tired after a fight as I did him in that one.
Yeah, it's one of them things, man. It's heavyweights when they do too much.
Yeah, but that was bro, his coach was holding his hands up for him. He just dropped him like a sack of potatoes when he let go.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was wild. Listening to him speak, he'd say 2 words, take a couple deep breaths, But
yeah, it's I wouldn't be surprised if Rugrug has a good first round or something, But I just feel like this is Anatoly all day, man. It's just one of those things where, obviously, a lot of organizations outside of the UFC, you don't have overall the greatest level of the greatest level of fighters, but it's you find them gems, man, and it's a lot of times when they get the title, they start doing great things, and it's very it's until they really start to age out or something if they don't come to the UFC that they start to lose or anything, and even though Anatoly's 36, heavyweight, that's no problem at all. He's going to be reigning that division for a while.
No, yeah, I can see, especially because heavyweight outside of the UFC is not much better than heavyweight in the UFC. It is just, it's kind of heavyweight in general is just kind of bleak.
Yeah,
you have the gems, but
it's almost like it brings us back to what we were talking about right before the podcast starts. Let
heavyweights juice.
All of them. Maximum juice.
Yeah, it would definitely make it fun. You obviously get more of that outside the UFC, which is why you get some good fun shit sometimes. But yeah, man, I'm definitely expecting Anatoly stay undefeated, go to 15-0, and who knows, maybe call out Francis or something. You know what I mean? Just get something fun, something to talk about.
Yeah.
Call it Phil DeFreeze.
Sure, I would be for anything. Anything at all. Call out Renan Fajeda or Ryan Bader. I don't even care. You know what I mean? Just someone.
I want the easiest fight in the division. I want Ryan Bader.
Let's go. But yeah, I definitely am expecting the Anatoly to remain champion. Co-main event.
Same.
Another title fight. Our boy, everyone's boy, the motherfucking true Muay Thai legend, right? A real legend in the game. Fuck Chatri. Rod Tang. He is back. Defending his title against Jacob Smith, which he's already beat him before. And Jacob Smith's coming off a loss to Dennis Purich, which is, the
guy that Rod Tang just beat.
Yeah.
Which I know Matt, but Rod Tang's about to dismantle him. Yeah. He's about to beat him up real bad. That's all I can imagine.
Yeah, it's just one of them things. I feel like they just wanted Rod Tang on the card, throw a title on it, and
Exactly.
It was hey, with that is Rod Tang, so I don't care who they get against him. Just get someone against him and get him on a card, and I'll be excited. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But let's go. So hopefully they just end up with a fun fight. It's Rod Tang, so more than likely we're going to be pretty cool if you get a spectacular finish. That would just be a nice little icing on top of the cake. But yeah, we'll see how all of that plays out. The title fight that they did add to the card, one vacant championship on the line in kickboxing. It would be strawweight, because it always just fucks me up with Tapology, always calling it by the actual weight they fight at. But yeah, Jackie Button and Musumeci, that should just be another fun fight. But yeah, don't really got too much to say about it. But 3 title fights on the card, let's go.
Yeah.
I just realized, I wonder. Oh, okay, flyweight. Never mind. Because I was like, wait, why is it vacant if she's just supposed to be the kickboxing champ, but that's strawweight?
Well, Adam, because it's like they're fighting at 125, but that's strawweight for.
You know what?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just looking at Topology shit. It'd be fucking me up, but you know what I mean.
Goddamn
It just threw me off.
Topology.
I was like, wait, why is it vacant? What happened?
Yeah. It
What news did I miss?
Okay, yeah, Adam, wait, kickboxing, yeah. Okay, but yeah, so we'll see how that one plays out, but it should be a fun one. Adriano Moraes is back on the card fighting Danny Kiangnad. I think this is their third fight or something.
He lost to Adriano back in 2017.
Okay,
his second fight, yeah.
Okay. I thought they fought more times, but yeah, Adriano finished him first round the last time they fought. I could have sworn that this was booked for a like the vacant title on the line, but I have no idea what one's gonna decide to do with it.
Yeah, who knows?
We'll see how all that plays out. Other than that, two more notable fights to bring up, in my opinion. Our boy, Cade Ruotolo, he is back, not defending his grappling title, but he's back in MMA. I absolutely hate it because listening to him on Ariel Helwani's show, I think it was sometime last week, just talking about how the reason why he pulled out with the grappling match with Mikey is because, oh, God damn it, I'm forgetting the
lap? Doesn't it start with lap?
It's the god damn it! Of course I'm gonna fucking forget it now. But it's the same shit that Sean O'Malley just got surgery for. But it's like in his hip, but he has like two partial tears, like one on each side. So that was the reason that he pulled out against Mikey.
The labrum.
Labrum. There we go. Yeah. So two partially torn labrums. He was debating like going in for surgery or just like trying to let it heal with like stem cells, whatever. Because with it being the partial tears, like just stem cells recovery, different things like could get it to heal up. But it's like with surgery, then it'll be like a year recovery, like he's been told. So he doesn't want to go through that. But it's also like, why the fuck are you taking an MMA fight if you got two fucking partial tears in your leg? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And especially because it's like, in his last one, when he made his debut, he was fighting Blake Cooper, who was 2-1. He's now going into this fight against a guy who's 10-4. Like, he's had 14 professional MMA fights. That's a good amount of experience, considering this is going to be his second MMA fight, and he's injured.
Yeah,
like,
dude has 8 fights in one, 4-4. You know what I mean? So it's like not the greatest record, but it's not bad. It's not like it's a losing record. Like.
No, yeah, for sure. And it's like he's lost to decent guys. 3 of them were subs. So like, I wonder if they just thought, like. He's subbable. Maybe his grappling isn't good, and that's just something we don't really know about him. But
really funny.
Oh shit, that's the guy that Sage Northcutt heel hooked up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually really funny. Because, his 4 wins, he has 1 in every way: KO, TKO, sub, decision. So it's actually pretty impressive. The legal strikes was 41 seconds into the first round, so I wonder what happened with that one. But yeah, like they're definitely like setting it up for Cade for sure. But it's just like,
how much of a setup fight is it when you're injured?
Exactly, and it would just really suck that he injures himself more, takes a loss here or something, and now is going in surgery, and now he's out for a year and a half or some shit potentially.
Because it's like it was 2 months ago, from like his fights from the Mikey grappling one, where like he pulled out originally because of the injury. So I wonder if he's just talking about it. But like if it has healed, I don't know how long something like that takes and how long it would take with the stem cells, how much that really helps. Like I have no idea. But maybe he's a little better.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, and like he said that it's only like certain positions doing things that he really feels it, But so we'll see. Maybe he's gonna look to not even try and grapple and just try and get like a quick knockout or something. You know what I mean? Because he just doesn't even want to do that. So
yeah, that's fair. Also, I just looked it up because I was very curious what the illegal strikes were. Blows to the back of the head.
Nice. That is always a fun one.
41 seconds into the first round.
Crazy.
Yeah, so more likely he got dropped or taken down. And then just a bunch of shots in the back of the head.
Very nice. But yeah, so hopefully Cade's able to get it done, but we'll see how all of that plays out, and hopefully just stay as healthy as possible throughout all of it. And then I'd say a pretty meaningful heavyweight fight for one on this card. Marcus Buchecha, he's back. I'm pretty sure he hasn't fought since losing to Ruger. Yeah,
he hasn't.
So yeah, it has been a bit over a year now. But he's taken on Amir Ali Akbari. He's just constantly knocking down contenders, looking to find his way back to a title fight with Anatoly. He lost to him. It wasn't for the title, but 3 years ago at this point, a little more. But yeah, just wants that rematch. 4 wins in a row. So if he can get a 5th win again by finish, then if Anatoly's staying at heavyweight to defend his title in 1, I feel like there's no one else other than him after.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to go to him like that anyway, but they went with Ruger. Probably just one of those things, big name, fun fight. You know what I mean? But
what, you thought they were going to go with Amir?
Yeah. I know the last one was, bro.
Like, that wasn't necessarily his fault, but, like, I feel like it still has to do with the last fight with Arjun Bowler just fucking it's stopping due to the red card of timidity. So many warnings, because it's like, I will say that yes, Arjun was clearly not doing anything, and like, you know, the red cards were pulled for good reason. But with that, Amir wasn't doing anything either. Where it's like, you have a guy in front of you that's not doing shit. He's getting red carded, but you're proceeding to not like start throwing on him, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because it's like, all Arjun was doing was backing away, trying to not engage, and it's like, I get
back and circle, and circle.
Which it's just like, there, you know, I can get for some obviously fighters, it can be hard to like land good shots, but it's like, to your point, it's like he's literally doing nothing for 3 rounds, and you can't find one meaningful moment to close that distance and just land significant strikes to get him out of there. You know, like it was so bad.
You never learned how to cut off the ring, cut off the cage. Like, that's the biggest thing when it comes to a lot of like, especially like heavyweight fighters and stuff, is just like the actual ring control and ring generalship is something that they just don't seem to have.
Bro, not
because it's like,
not even heavy.
There are a lot of fighters in general in MMA who don't have that skill.
Yeah, like honestly, watching like Jack Slack videos a few years ago and him always talking about that, it really made me start noticing it more. And you just notice it so often, where it's like, oh yeah, they can't just go sideways to cut them off, you know. But yeah, so hopefully that ends up being a fun fight at heavyweight. We'll see how that one plays out. But yeah, winner probably gets a title shot. Let's go.
More likely.
Moving on, though. We got an Apex event. Everyone excited for that? Yeah.
I mean, listen.
I'm excited for this main event.
Yeah, if they're going to put some decent fights in the Apex, I'm not going to talk shit about it being an Apex event. If anything, sadly, because they have lowered the expectations to the fucking hell with Apex cards, when they actually give us some good fights, it's like, holy shit, this is a great Apex card in comparison to absolutely dog shit ones.
Yep.
But yeah, we really do have some real fun fights, some pretty meaningful fights on this card too. Let's get into it though. The main event, the gatekeeper of all gatekeepers. Every time this motherfucker takes another fight like this, it's always just like, why do you know what I mean? Like, it is just so goddamn preposterous why Neil Magny is just so intent on taking fights that he is probably never going to win in so many cases. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but Neil Magny, he's back taking on Carlos Prates. It is just crazy of like just some of the fights that he's taken. Michael Morales, Mike Malott did get it done over him, you know what I mean? But Ian Gary, Gilbert Burns, Shavkat, Jeff Neal, Michael Chiesa, Robbie Lawler, just... And
the thing is, it's not like he's like losing in these either.
Because it's like the Phil
winning a good amount of these.
Because it's like Jimmy saying with him being the ultimate gatekeeper. Phil Rowe is coming off of 2 knockout wins going into that fight. Here he is, Neil Magny won that fight. Just he's always willing to take the fight of the guys moving up, coming off of good streaks, coming off of good wins, and either losing in spectacular fashion, maybe not so spectacular, or shutting them down.
Yeah,
so
D-Rod 4-fight winning streak, getting into the top 15, Neil Magny shuts him down. You know what I mean? Like
exactly, like just doing what a gatekeeper does.
It just really is one of those things where, like, he just, it really is a lot of times only the top guys that really do get past him.
Yeah.
No, 100%. This is also, if he does lose, this will be the first time in 11 years he has lost back-to-back fights.
Yeah, that...
Just in general and in the UFC.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
And those were that was in his first 3 UFC fights.
Yeah, Sergio Moraes and Seth Basinski. Crazy. Yeah, man, just such an amazing gatekeeper. And it's just one of those things where it's like so many fans use that in such a disrespectful way, but it's like, bro, you got to be a certain level to remain a gatekeeper, like, because that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like it's so easy for someone like, oh, 4-fight win streak, I'm in the top 10. Oh, 3-fight losing streak, I'm out the UFC. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's really not that hard for that to happen to a lot of fighters.
Right, like especially someone like Neil Magny who has 34 fights in the UFC. You can't be shit to be around for that long. And it's like looking at his last couple losses, Michael Morales, Ian Gary, Gilbert Burns, and Shavkat Rakhmonov.
One of them was a top 5 contender.
He only loses to the top guys, and then he's shutting out the guys that aren't supposed to be there. It's like, you're clearly not the very top of guys, but you're a top 15 worthy guy, and it's just, being a gatekeeper is just, you're the guy that proves if you're supposed to be higher up or not. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Not everyone makes it to the top, but to be where you're at, it's pretty damn good.
Yeah, for real.
Because it's like, so many guys hang around the UFC for so long and get so many fights with, like, just him having 33 fights, in the UFC. It's like 22 wins and 11 losses. Like, that is really damn good. You know what I mean? Like, just look at, like, someone like Clay Guida. You know what I mean? 36 fights in the UFC. He's 18-18. You know, like, it
I was about to say.
Really hard for these guys to stick around and be this consistent.
Once the first round of this fight starts, he will be at 30. Neil Magny will be at 34 fights. He will tie Jeremy Stevens, and Jeremy Stevens went 15-18-1.
Yeah, that's fucking insane, man. Yeah, it's so crazy. But just all the respect to Neil Magny for taking this fight, because Carlos Prates has been just looking absolutely incredible so far in the UFC.
Amazing.
Only 3 fights so far, has won all of them, all by finish, and it being
increasing
the first one to knock
competition.
out the Leech too in the last one, you know what I mean? Like, bro, every time he was touching the Leech, he was sitting him down, hurting him like that.
Yeah. It's kind of sad to watch because the Leech just one of those guys too tough for his own goods, just kept getting up and fighting through it until he couldn't.
Yeah.
Dead, like.
Yeah, man, like, as soon as that one got booked, we knew that it was just like, oh, man, like, this is probably not going to look good for him. And then he made it look even worse than we thought, you know? Like, it truly spectacular. 3 wins, $150,000 in bonuses between them because he's got one every time out.
Just amazing. Carlos fights a lot, like, not, like, exactly or anything, but, like, a lot like Poatan in the fact that he keeps his arms kind of low, and then he also just is very, like, patient. He's not overextending himself. He's landing the right shots. He gets you up against the cage. That's when he's going to start bombing on you. That's when he's going to start really throwing.
Shit.
But, like,
including Contender Series, 3 of his 4 wins are left hands. 2 straight lefts in a row, then it was the knee to the body, and then left hook over the Leech.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy.
And I mean, shit, like, the last time this man went to a decision that wasn't in, like, a modified kickboxing fight was in 2019, 5 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
In one championship, funny enough.
Yeah, like, he's got 20 wins, 15 of them by knockout. He is a devastating striker. And I definitely expect Carlos Prates to get a spectacular win here and get a ranking next to his name with that.
Oh, yeah.
When did
100%. What were you wondering?
Neil Magny. Because I just wanted to see exactly when it was that Michael Morales had finished Neil Magny, and it was only August. I knew it was recent, but I was just curious exactly when. August 24th at that end of August.
Now I will say this, because of the way that the fights have gone for Carlos Prates so far in his UFC career, you know, round 2, round 1, round 2, round 2. Neil Magny is going to be testing that grappling. He will be shooting takedowns. He will be putting you up against cage. That is going to be something that's going to be really interesting to see, because it will happen as soon as the fight starts. Is he's going to, you know, wait a little bit and then try to push him against the cage.
Bro, that's exactly what he did to Morales. Brought him right there, and Morales was like, all right, guess I got to spin to get out of this, and elbow to the dome, boom.
No, yeah. And Magny fights one way, everybody knows how he's gonna do it, but then you actually get past it. That's just the one of and it just makes it all the more respectable too. You know what I mean? Where it's like, yeah, bro, you've been doing the same thing for easily over a decade in the UFC, and it's like you still shut down so many people too. It's just incredible. Co-main event though, a pretty fun fight in the bantamweight division. I'm actually really excited for this one. Former champ Cody Garbrandt, he is back. Pretty sure hasn't fought since his loss to Deiveson Figueiredo, taken at UFC 300. But yeah, he's taking on Miles Johns in this one. Miles definitely getting the biggest step up in competition of his career on a 4-fight unbeaten streak, 3 wins with 1 no contest. Forget exactly what happened with that one.
Doesn't say.
Yeah, but either way, I've been pretty high on Miles Johns for a while. I always like to see him fight. It's just there are just certain times where I'm just like, God damn it, man, you just gotta fight a little bit smarter, just put things together a little bit better, and you could do way better than how he actually performs. He's got solid wrestling. He's got really good hands. I'm just really not sure if it's gonna be enough to get it done over Cody in this one.
We'll have to see. If he does, I feel like it's really shows the digression of Cody. Because it's like he's able to still get the wins over certain people. You know, Brian Kelleher, Trevin Jones, Rafael Stensau, obviously going back to 2020, but losing to Figgy, Kai Kara France, Rob Font, like losing to the top guys, just beating the unranked no problem, you know?
Yeah, I just feel like it's a bit hard because it's like, obviously, like you're saying, losing to the top guys, but it's like, you know, Davison, top 5 guy, Kai, top 5 guy at flyweight. Like, Cody should have never been there. And then Rob, obviously, you know, like a solid top 10 guy. But it's like...
Rob jabbed the fuck out of him. That was the biggest thing.
It's like, boom, Trevin Jones, like, you know what I mean? They're pretty far down in terms of, like, the mix at 135. And then a Sun Tzu, that was his retirement fight, I'm pretty sure. Like, you know, just super old. So it's like Miles Johns, like, he's just in between. You know what I mean? So that's where it's like, I'm not... Like, if Miles Johns looks good, I don't know if how much of it is like, oh, Cody's, like, really just done at this point, or if it's like, no, Miles is actually, like, working his way up in the division. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe it'll just be, like, a mix of both, because it's like, Miles Johns, like, his wins aren't bad, but they're nothing spectacular. You know what I mean? Douglas Silva de Andrade. The best. Solid, I was like in Cody Gibson, Vince Morales, Anderson Dos Santos. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, Cody Gibson and Douglas Silva de Andrade, and the last 2 are definitely his best wins. Like, those are just like they're solid wins.
They are just, but with both of them being on the older side, fucking Douglas 39 years old and Cody 37. It's just like, okay, Cody Garbrandt's still obviously 33, but that's why it's like his wins are over subpar guys or retiring guys. Yeah. So if he loses to Miles Johns, that's why I'm not sure if it shows like, oh, Miles Johns is really working his way up, but as much as it's like, damn, Cody is just not at the level he used to be, you know?
Yeah, I get it.
Also, that no contest for Miles Johns, it was overturned because he tested positive for DHMCT, dihydrochloromethyl testosterone.
Very nice.
So... Again, autism.
Yeah. No, you're good. I wonder what exactly it was, because, you know, that was September 23, and then he fought March of 20. So, probably...
it was a short... It was an NSAC. It was NSAC that suspended him, so...
And September 23 to March 23 is 6 months on the dot. Yeah. So, if it was just like a 6-month suspension?
Yeah, I guess, like, just depending on what it is, like, you know. I feel like if you got a 6 month
it did say short suspension, so more likely it was maybe only a 3-month suspension or something, or you know.
So yeah, could have been a 10 something. You know.
More likely.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm very interested to see how it plays out. A little got a split decision win over Adrian Yanez in LFA for Miles Johns, so not a bad win on his record outside the UFC.
That's not a bad one.
But yeah, I definitely get your point. It's a tough one.
Over 5
And I don't want to
rounds.
take it away from Miles Johns. I don't mean it like that. You know what I mean? And it's always hard to like split hairs like that because like you can't say one thing without also kind of saying the other. And I don't mean that for Miles Johns because he's obviously doing good things. It's great to be on the streak that he's on. And if he beats Cody, it's like Cody, like, you know, it's hard. But I just think that it's like, Cody, former champ, the losses he has, like Miles Johns would be a very different loss in comparison to his last ones.
That's very true.
So,
Very fair.
No, yeah.
Let's go. We'll see how all that plays out. Oh, this next one, it makes me so sad. Oh, my girl, Karolina Kowalkiewicz. Oh, my God. She's fighting Denise Gomes, and I am just so goddamn scared that Karolina is going to get beat the fuck up in this one, honestly. It's entirely possible that she does. It's entirely possible that she's able to play that older vet, you know, role and just, you know, be a little bit craftier, get it done over a decision. But Denise
it's going to be
might go out
hard
there and look real good against her, you know. Just one of those things.
Mm-hmm.
Was there like a
Whichever fighter-
16-year age difference?
Denise,
Something.
24 years old.
25. I would say 15-year age difference.
Yeah.
Bro, I was
But,
just looking because I was curious because I see like, oh, she has been finished one time. It was her first pro fight in 2017. She's 24, so oh no, against a girl who was 6-3. That's fucking sick.
That was a short notice fight if I've ever seen one.
But then she didn't fight again until 2021.
That's what I'm saying.
Which makes sense because at that point she's 21 years old. Like,
Really funny.
that's crazy.
How did the
7
person
years ago.
13-6 overall. One on the Contender Series. Didn't get a contract.
Yeah, it's like Karolina
Immediately lost to Carol Jose after leaving. Okay.
like Carolina, she was on a nice little run and then lost to Yasmin Lucendo. That's who it was, right? Yeah, lost to Yasmin Lucendo in the last one, which is just another one of their like. Yasmin's 22 years old. Like that was a 17-year age difference. It's like I just don't think she has it in her anymore to hang with the actual good young fighters anymore. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, because she went on a nice streak, but it was against not good fighters.
Yeah, I mean Vanessa Demopoulos probably the best name
one
in
for
there,
sure,
which is honestly like
like that's solid.
Yeah, it was very surprising that she was able to get it done. But yeah, it's so tough.
Oh, Demopoulos also missed weight in that fight.
Yeah.
Very nice. But yeah, it's like the right thing would be Denise to win to the progression of the division and everything. It would definitely be better. But boy, I would not be mad at all if Karolina is able to pull it out and get one more win or something before she retires. That would make me so happy, man.
I'd be sad.
Whoever loses this fight is going to be exactly 50-50 in the UFC. Karolina is 9-8. Denise Gomes is 3-2.
Yeah, it's all right. Denise Gomes can have a legendary run. You know? It'll be fine, but she probably gets it done. So we'll see how it all plays out.
Yeah.
Fight 135 pounds. Ricky Tercios, he's back.
Yeah.
Dream big. Work hard. He's a tough cookie, man. You know what I mean?
Oh, he's the guy who. That's
Listen,
right.
he had a long layoff, came back to a rough fight in a young old Raul Rosas Jr. So
yeah, it like essentially just hostile fucking territory. I was there for that fight. Holy fucking shit! The pop for Raul was insane. People were booing Tercios. It was actually insane to see.
It's so funny.
I'm not gonna
really
lie.
funny. Kentucky.
But yeah,
Kentucky.
So Bernardo, like his one fight in the UFC was a short notice loss to Vinicius Oliveira.
We don't know how good he
is.
Yeah, like dude was eating so much before he finally got put out with that flying knee at the end of the fight.
Yeah.
And I feel like Ricky just doesn't have much finishing capability against these guys, you know what I mean?
Doesn't have the power.
And I just wouldn't be surprised if Bernardo, like, especially after that last one, just kind of think of, like, oh, I want to get that win in the UFC. And, like, I wouldn't be surprised if Sopaj comes out here, looks really good, and is able to get it done over Ricky Tercios, honestly.
Yeah, probably.
No, yeah.
But either way, we'll see how it plays out. Ricky's usually in fun fights on that. This next one, I hate it and I love it. It was so funny that the day we get the fucking the news that RDR is coming to the UFC, we're fucking sitting here talking. Who could he fight? Who should it be? Who like, or is it more likely? Who do we want? And I'm over here like, I know it's not gonna happen, but let's get him versus Sean Strickland. Why not? It's fun. You know what I mean? Just like do something wacky. And then we did the pod. I'm pretty sure did all that, and then we get hit with RDRs making his debut on this card against GM3,
which I love the fight personally.
Yes,
it's great, but
I think
we could have done so much better, so much bigger.
I think I said Jack Hermanson for
him.
That would have been great.
Yeah. The reason why I like it is because it's like he was fighting in one championship and he has a couple really good wins.
Yes.
You know, like the 2 Along Song wins. I don't know who Gilberto Galvayo is, but 36-1 when he beat him, or 36-1 draw. That's a good record. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like he's definitely fought like some decent competition. But not until he got into one did he have those, and we know that one isn't very stacked, doesn't have like the deepest MMA division at all. And then he goes on to lose to Anatoly twice, goes to UAE, and now he's here. Dana never, bless you, gives any type of thought, let alone any respect to one championship. Like other than obviously when he did the deal with DJ, but other than that, like they never get brought up. There's never anything with one. There's no hate, there's no love, it's nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm just not surprised that the guy that lost 2 in a row, even though they were title fights, isn't getting the respect of getting a ranked opponent coming into the UFC. But at least he's getting the respect of GM3, who is a tough vet. You know what I mean? He himself has 21 fights in the UFC. He's 12-9. Like, he's coming off of 2 wins. I know it's over Brian Barberena, Edmund Shabazian, but like, you know what I mean? It's there. Reiner's thing is he's a grappler. Of his wins, he has 12 of them in submissions, 3 KOs, 2 decisions. His 2 losses come by knockout. GM3 is not a big knockout artist, but he is big in submissions. 29 submission wins. He does have 8 submission losses. Like, I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be scrambly for a 185 fight. Like, I think it's a good start for him. He could probably win. He could probably look good. And I think after this, he'll probably get a ranked opponent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, more than likely. I will say this. Now that I'm really starting to think about it, I actually think the UFC, and particularly Dana White himself, probably respects Rizin more. Manel Kape comes in, fights Pantoja. Kaios Kurtz coming in, fighting the champion. Yuri Prohaska comes in, fighting fucking Volkan Oezdemir.
I say it all the time. One championship is not an MMA promotion. They are a combat sports promotion.
Yes.
So I feel like that's probably a part of it. You know what I mean? Like, their MMA is not their biggest thing. Muay Thai and kickboxing, way bigger, way deeper, way bigger stars. You know? Like, they have their few people, but it's not their thing.
Yeah.
No, 100%.
And because I think all of them were champs coming over, like, at the time in Rizin when they came to UFC. Well, no, Kai wasn't.
Kai wasn't.
Yeah. But like, I'm also just saying because I know with like one, the only fighter I'm pretty sure is Ben Askren that came over. And he did get like the respect with getting a Robbie Lawler fight, like, you know, and a legend, former champ, big name, and all that.
That's why I bring it up like with the one there. But otherwise, there's no love, there's no hate. They're just not brought up.
But to be fair with that one too, like, he got Robbie Lawler and all that, but like also at the same time, it's like, even like MMA fans would be like, all right, you're disrespecting Demetrius by trading him for Ben Askren and then giving him like complete fodder. It's like, oh, you don't like, so DJ just meant nothing to you, or like just trade him for essentially fucking nothing. Like it would make no sense. Like
No,
they had to do something to make it be like, yeah, this guy's a big deal because they gave up, the goat of a division. Like
No, yeah, that was definitely more of like a hardcore thing and stuff because Joe Rogan was hyping up Ben Askren as like one of the best fighters outside of the UFC for years, and then there was just like the little beef between Ben Askren and Dana White of fucking like Dana White like back in the day saying that he'd rather watch flies fuck than a Ben Askren fight, and that like when it was like when like Ambien gets tired, it watches a Ben Askren fight or something. Like it was just like just different things that just going off. So yeah, there was just more to it that like a lot of casual fans they'd exactly be like, who the fuck is this guy? Like some guy from that's undefeated from Bellator and then another random promotion. Like I don't know.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's funny if Joe Rogan and like Brendan Schaub were not hyping him up as much as they fucking were, that trade probably would have never happened.
Yeah. But yeah, I do think that like RDR, he's probably gonna look really good in this fight. I would expect it. GM3 is not a threat on the feet at all, so he's gonna just be totally fine there. He's gonna be using just good long range attacks, and if it gets to the grappling, I just got a feeling that RDR is gonna be a bit better there. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Last fight on the main card. Oh, so excited. We love a Jillian Robertson fight. The Savage taking on Luana Pinedo. That's definitely a tough one, but...
Honestly, I don't think it's going to be too tough for Jillian.
You don't think so?
I think Jillian's going to do good. Luana, I think she got a boost into the top 15, and I'm not sure she was ready to be there. It's like she got a knockout over an 8-6 girl in the 2020 Contender Series. She got an illegal upkick win over Randa Marcos.
Yeah.
A solid win over Sam Hughes. Like, we know she's solid. Split decision over Michelle Waterson-Gomez, which got her into the top 15, and then got finished by Amanda Hebas, finished by Angela Hill. Angela Hill's first submission win. I just, she's 3-2 in the UFC. Like, she's been around for a few years, but she hasn't had the most fights. Her competition when she wins, like an old Michelle Waterson-Gomez, just isn't impressive in the year of 2023. I'm sorry.
No, yeah.
But, I think that Jillian Robertson is going to do good. It's like her overall record isn't very telling at 14-8, but it's like she's 29 years old and 11-6 in the UFC. She's been around for a long time, so she's had a lot of time to take losses and get better. She's on a good streak. She finished Polyana Viana, then she got the UD over Michelle. She really beat her up in that, which again, an old Michelle, not impressive, like her retirement fight. But I just have a feeling she's going to win over Luana, and she might be able to make it look a little easy.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised if she finished her.
Honestly, like as I was saying that, I had the Amanda Hebas fight in my head, and I honestly had it reversed in my head of like I thought that she got the win, and then I totally forgot about her getting subbed by Angie Hill. But yeah, probably gets a nice submission win here, I would expect. Hopefully she does get that done so she can just add to that, get 8 submissions overall in the UFC, and just keep climbing closer to Oliveira.
Yes, like I need Jillian to win by submission every time. She's the only one that can get anywhere near his record.
And it's like I don't care if she doesn't break it. I just really want to see how close and how far she can push it. You know what I mean? Like she's going for the ground and pound.
That's what I'm saying. She's the only one that can get close.
But yeah, let's go. How many back is she? How many back right now?
Oh, Oliver's at
14. 7. He's at 16.
Okay, 16.
She's 9 away at the moment.
Yeah.
29 years old, though. If she keeps getting subs, she could get close.
Yeah. Potentially.
Jim Miller retired. Damien, well, not retired, but not getting really enough fights to do it. Damian Maia retired. I mean, GM3 is right there.
Yeah. But yeah, if he can stay around long enough, he can definitely start getting closer. He's 5 away. But yeah.
All right, so he needs to sub RDR. Perfect.
Not at all. Going on to the prelims, though, we do got
some fun
fights on the prelims. I feel like the best one to really talk about. I don't know which other ones you want to get into, but the prelim featured bout.
Oh, I was going to say we have to talk about this one first.
Yeah, Nicholas Dalby, Eliza Zaleski dos Santos. It's a rematch from years ago.
Yes.
Two old men at 170 now, but they're always putting on good fun fights, and this is going to be such a good scrap.
The perfect way to describe this fight is the two old scrappy vets who give all the up-and-comers an extremely hard fucking time.
Yeah.
That's what they are. and I love this fight.
Yeah. I'm extremely excited for it. That should be a whole lot of fun. Yeah, let's go. I feel like Dalby can get it done. I feel like he can mix it up in more ways and probably can get the decision. But
yeah,
we'll see how that one plays out. Other than
honestly,
that,
it could go either way.
Yeah, I would.
It really can.
What else are you guys excited for on the prelims, if anything? Because I know the main card is very good for the Apex event, but the prelims aren't as great.
Yeah. I don't know. Sorry.
No,
I do think that the Charles Radke Matt Semmelsberger fight will be fun.
Yeah.
But
Probably at the knockout.
Yeah, but it's not notable by any means. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
No.
And I'm not necessarily excited for it. I just think that it'll be a good prelims fight, you know?
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Cody Stamann and Damone Blackshear could also be a lot of fun.
Yes. That can be fun. I'm interested to see what Mansour's going to be able to do. Made his UFC debut 6-0 against Todorovic.
Yeah, Dusko.
So I am interested in that fight, just in the sense of, all right, he's made his debut. I did not see his Contender Series fight, so I have no idea what this guy does. So I'm very interested to see what he does, and Yeah,
he's got 5 wins by knockout, 1 by sub. Wouldn't be surprised if he's able to go out there and get a finish over Dusko.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Other than that, Cortavius Romeo is making his UFC debut off Contender Series, so we'll see how that goes as well.
Yep.
But let's go.
His nickname is "Are You Not Entertained?"
Yeah.
Let's go. I know I'm entertained. Other than that, 2 little things to bring up. Could have brought up this with one I kind of forgot about while we were talking about it. But what unexpected news. Boy, oh boy, I did not expect this. Motherfucking Mikey Musumeci, no longer with 1 championship, moving back to America and pursuing endeavors however that takes him. But yeah. What are you guys' initial thoughts on Mikey Musumeci no longer with 1 championship?
I think it's a massive hit. 1 championship has a handful of fighters that are actual stars in America, which they've clearly been trying to break into the American fan base for a while now.
Yep.
I don't know. Like, I know Mikey has, of course, given his thanks to Chatri to 1 championship, like, to everything, but I just still can't help but think it has to do with the pressure 1 puts on their stars.
Yeah.
Like, he's talking about, like, he always lived with his family, and, like, just one day he called up his mom, like, hey, I'm moving to Asia, and just moved to a whole nother continent, and he just, wants to be back by his family, like, thanks for 1 for everything, but, like, after taking, like, I don't know what you want to call it, like, the medical issue, injury, like, the tear in his lung, all the things that he went through, the pressure that he's been put under, getting stripped of his belt, trying to make that weight, and then all of that happening, like, I wouldn't be surprised if he's just like, fuck it, like, I'm done with this, I want to move back with my family and just go do what I do,
Yeah.
No, yeah, 100%.
I seen Rod Tang, like, post some shit, just, like, a video of them together, like, just wishing him well on everything. I was like, my heart. My favorite best friend duo.
I know, it's such a great combat sport duo, for sure.
No, yeah, 100%. Rod Tang next?
Bro, like, that's where, because, when, like, you sent that and, like, me and Kay are talking about it, and it's, like, I just wonder, like, to your point of just all the pressure that they put in American stars, it's like how much extra pressure is going to be put on Rod Tang and Stamp with Mikey leaving. You know what I mean? It's just like they are the people that they have left for America to, like, push that, because DJ's retired, Mikey's gone, like...
Sage Northcutt left.
Yeah, Sage Northcutt no longer with 1. It's like, what... Like, yeah, Anatoli's, like, a bigger star, but it's like...
But barely.
Yeah, but
he's
like...
not really huge in America. He doesn't have the same fan base by any means. They have Cade and Ty. Yeah, they have Stamp and Rod Tang.
Like...
Yeah, and it's like, Cade is the grappling champ, which, like, I know Mikey was, but it's like... with having everyone else, it's like, okay, that's multiple fights, but now it's like, you have Cade. Submission grappling champ. You can't really headline a card in America with the submission grappling title. You know what I mean? And it's like, you got Rod Tang and Stamp. Like, they like they could like try and bring all of them basically, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's hard, man.
Yeah, I don't see like this was supposed to be like PFL in 1 year to like really like no, we're like, as good as the UFC, like we're, really pushing forward and all that, and it just feels like it's like both of them, it just crumbled.
Yeah.
Like it is like almost watching like in one case more of like a fall of an empire because they actually are like really big and stuff, at least for like their siege into America.
Yeah.
PFL is just like, I've been saying it for a while, and I've been saying it since before this year, like I just don't see PFL working out long term no matter what. Like they just are a complete and total money hole, it seems like, and it just keeps getting proven right and right.
Yeah. So it really does just suck. We'll see how it all plays out with one. And then with Mikey, it's like, at the end of the day, whatever is best for him, that's all that I want and that matters. So it's like, yeah, being a fan of one, like, it definitely sucks, but just gotta stay up on following him, and whenever he's posting that he's gonna be grappling somewhere, I know I'm gonna be watching that shit because I don't want to ever miss Mikey grappling because it's just too great to watch.
It's an art form from him. Like,
yeah, like it just truly incredible. And then the last little bit of stuff to talk about. Our boy Maximus Blessed Holloway confirming that he's moving up to 155 pounds for good. Nothing left to do at 145 pounds, which it's like, yeah, man, he's done everything for so long. You know what I mean? Especially losing to Ilya, not having a title there. No reason for it. Him being the current BMF champion, all of those fights are going to happen at 155, you know what I mean? So it's like, it just makes all of the sense in the world.
Yep. I will say this: I feel like we need to retire the BMF belt because it seems like in the next fight, the winner loses, but also usually in getting knocked down in spectacular fashion.
Yeah, like I've seen that going around, but then it was also like that didn't happen to Masvidal because
the only reason it didn't happen to Masvidal is because he fought Kamaru Usman on like 4 days' notice, and Usman just decided to do what he did before going to Trevor Whitman and just complete grapple fuck.
Yeah, but
what happened in the next fight?
Yeah, the next fight, not his. It wasn't the next fight after the BMF title, you know. So it's just it's one of those things. MMA fans love to put curses on shit. It's all bullshit. It all gets broken. It's just luck of the draw of how things happen to play out sometimes. But it's like, yeah, it literally, to just say that, it's like the first champion to have it didn't happen to. So it's like, it's, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I always thought it's just like the BMF title. It's just another title for someone to have that's gonna get them champion, like pay-per-view points and get them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really care about it. Same with the interim title. It's just like, yeah, it's all, unless it's undisputed, it's all fake bullshit. But it can make it more fun sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all right. With that though, top 3 people that you guys want to see Max in his first fight at 155 pounds committing 100%.
Charles Oliveira.
Yup.
Dustin. I mean, not Dustin. I'm sorry, I meant Dan Hooker. But either way, I mean, I'll always take a Dustin fight too. So you know what? Fuck it, Dustin. So I was gonna say Conor McGregor just because, you know, Conor wants to come back. He has 2 fights left. I kind of want him to be able to get through it. It's always a fun fight. Payday for Max. Just all of the things. You know what I mean? Yeah. But number 1, like Charles Oliveira. What I really want is Charles Oliveira to beat Michael Chandler in 2 weeks, and then so that Max can get the winner of that fight. Yeah. You know, he has the crazy knockout over Justin in this fucking division, so like I feel like he deserves that, especially if Oliveira wins, because he's coming off of the Armin loss. You know what I mean? Yep. It's the perfect fight to make. It is. I want it so bad. So Oliveira needs to win, so that we can get Max versus Oliveira. I've been saying that for so long that I want that. So yeah, I no disagreements here. Like, but so you would say Oliveira, Dustin, Dan Hooker though. Very nice. What about you, Ginger?
Pretty much like kind of the same. Oliveira, Hooker, and then McGregor. Personally, like that storyline is just so good to me. Like, I just can't get over it.
Yep. No, yeah. The same exact. Those are the 3 fights I feel like have to happen for Max at 155 pounds. It's like with Dustin. Yeah, you can never go wrong. That's gonna be great. But
yeah,
I just throw Dustin in there because he's actually in there. Like, it's always iffy with Conor just because we don't know how the UFC is gonna do him. So that's why he's my honorable mention. He's technically above Dustin, but
yeah. I mean, if Conor wants to come back International Fight Week, they could easily just throw Conor on if they wanted to. Like Dana says, he's gonna fight in 2025. Who fucking knows? But International Fight Week, Max versus Conor McGregor 2, like that is going to sell like a motherfucker.
Yeah, it's like Oliveira, Dustin, Connor, Dan. Like anyone, like it doesn't. You can throw them in with each other in any way. It's just 155, man. Like it doesn't matter. It like, bro, a fucking Oliveira Dan Hooker fight. You know what I mean? Like that would be insane. Like that. There are just so many ways that you could go about it, and it would just be spectacular. But yeah, I do think Oliveira is because it was just because that's another rematch, from fighting at 145 pounds for Max Holloway. Yeah, that was such a bullshit one. It is really funny kind of thinking about that. There were for him and. For Max fighting Oliveira and Conor McGregor, there would both be rematches that happened, like first fight at 145, second fight at 155, and there were injuries in both of them with Max's opponent. Yeah. But Conor being able to get it done with the ACL tear, so it's just kind of...
Yeah. Able to use his grappling, ironically enough.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I am definitely... It just sucks that it... took having to get knocked out by Ilya at 145 for him to be like, okay, I'm committing to 155. It's like I know the greatest fight him versus Ilya at 145 for the title, but it really would have been so much better if he just decided to stay at 155.
Yeah, it's what I wanted for him so bad because I didn't want him to get knocked out at 145, but yeah, it happened. Here we are.
Like, brother, you could have just let Chandler sit out on the sidelines for more time, and then just under Jones and Stipe, we have Max defending the BMF title versus Charles Oliveira. Come on, it's part like.
That's yeah.
But god damn it, we ended up with this fucking storyline instead.
Yep.
It's fine.
Yep. Either way, though, super excited for Max and anything that he does. Let's fucking go. Other than that, nothing else to talk about for this episode of the podcast. I hope everyone enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Maybe drop a comment. Let us know who you want to see Max Holloway fight. And we'll catch you, hopefully, on an amazing review to all of this good stuff.
Yes.
Peace out, everyone.